Hello YouTube, it's TSP back again with another video. So today I want to get down to brass tacks, get back talking about sleep. Brass tacks. Anyway, so we're going to continue talking about sleep, and we're going to continue on from our series last time where we were talking about a lot of things that destroy your sleep, and we were really talking about onset of sleep at that time. But now we're going to talk about when people have mid-sleep awakenings. So that's what we're going to be focusing on this time. And you know, think about it. If you are having sleep problems, there's a good chance that part of the reason why you're going to continue to have sleep problems is you're not going to watch the entire video. You probably watched 30 seconds, 40 seconds of the last video, and you didn't learn what you need to learn to change some behaviors that you're doing to improve your sleep, and thus your sleep isn't improving. So watch a little more of this video. It's 1 minute in, you're probably going to turn it off right now, and we're not going to be able to help you. So if you stay to the end, we'll give you some good things that can help you when it comes to improving the quality of your sleep and making sure that you're able to get a more consistent sleep throughout the night. So talking about people who have sleep problems, they're able to fall asleep, but they're not able to stay asleep. And so the first things first is that some of those things that I talked about in the first video when I talked about 4 things that destroy your sleep, well, those are things that also are factors and can have an impact on your ability to stay asleep. So that, I'm going to put that link down on the bottom. You know, subscribe to the videos if you are interested more about sleep, about other things. We got more stuff coming up. I have like 10 videos, maybe more coming up on sleep. So subscribe, like it, help me out. But let's talk about staying asleep. It's hot as crap in here. I'm already sweating. Jeez, my air conditioning, I turned it off so that it's not interrupting me. Anyway, things that cause you to wake up during the middle of the night. First and foremost, we want to make sure that we're aware of any medical conditions that could be a factor. So people have different things that are going on physically for them. So if you have bladder stones, you have diabetes, those are disorders that can cause you to have excess urination during the night, which can be a thing that causes you to have problems with staying asleep. Obstructive sleep apnea, so if you have been told that you snore at night. So these types of medical conditions can make it more likely that you'll wake up during the night. So that's not anything I can address. You need to see your primary care physician if you do have a medical condition that could impact sleep. And you may want to ask them, because there are a lot of conditions that could impact sleep. So first things first, address that, make sure there's no medical conditions. If you're healthy otherwise, then let's go to the other factors that I can help you with. First and foremost is learning and conditioning. So one thing that a lot of people do wrong when it comes to their sleep is staying awake in bed. That is the last thing you want to do. So you want to use the bed only for sleep and sex. I think I mentioned this before, sleep and sex. So what that means is if you are awake in your bed for longer than 20 minutes, then you're doing the wrong thing. You need to be out of bed. You need to be doing something boring that's going to allow you to be able to become tired enough and sleepy enough that you're able to fall asleep. So don't stay in the bed if you're not sleeping. That means no reading in bed, no being on your cell phone in bed, no watching TV in bed. So sleep in the bed and only sleep in the bed. So I want you to put that through your head. Only sleeping in the bed. If you're doing anything else, you are wrong. Okay, so next thing is maladaptive thoughts or rumination. So a lot of people who wake up in the middle of the night, a lot of times they're thinking about things that maybe they have to do the next day, maybe things that happened that day that didn't go as well. Maybe they're concerned, anxious, stress, and that is a big factor for a lot of people. So I'm so gross. So for those people, one thing that I recommend is finding a way to address it before you get in bed. So maybe an hour before you get into bed, take some time to write down those things that you have concerns about, maybe those things that you have to do tomorrow, and find a way to organize it. So if it's a problem, then come up with a list of the problems, make a 2-column notepad, and columns with the problems on the left side and solutions on the right side. So just go through that. It helps your brain to feel like things are starting to be organized, worked through, and that'll help you do that before you go to bed, about an hour or so. Don't do it right before. So give yourself some time to kind of use that as constructive time to worry about those things. Sounds kind of counterintuitive, but do it. It helps a lot of people. Next thing is stress, or being physiologically hyperaroused. So this one thing that's important is finding ways to relax. So a lot of people go through the days just bam, 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 and then at the end of the day, they are rushing through the day, taking care of all things at work, and then they try to go straight to bed after that. Well, even if you fall asleep, your body can still be physiologically aroused, which means that your body's not going to be able to get into those deeper levels of sleep like it would have been able to, and you're going to be more easily arousable. And because of that, you're more likely to wake up during the night. And in conjunction with that, being too warm, so like how hot, it's hot as hell in here. So if you are sleeping in a place where it's not cool, so we want your bedroom environment to be cool. Keep it cool. Your body temperature must decrease. It decreases in conjunction with that of the external temperature around you. So make sure you have a nice, cool, quiet environment for you to work with. And by work I mean sleep. And sleep is kind of not working. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, make sure you're in a cool environment. And so these are things we call sleep hygiene issues. So these are a lot of behaviors, habits that we can change. Pretty easy to change, but that's a big one. So make sure that you have a cool environment. Make sure it's dark in your room. Make sure it's quiet. These are basic sleep hygiene. I'm going to go into these into a little more depth or detail in another video, but these are just things that I want you to have on your radar. So first things first, make sure there's no medical conditions that we're concerned about. Make sure that we're not staying in bed longer than we need to be. Okay? Make sure that we're only sleeping if we're in bed. Make sure that if we're having any type of ruminations, take some time to address those thoughts before we get to bed. Well before we get to bed. Excuse me. If we are stressed out, find some ways to relax, whatever those may be. If we're hyper aroused, make sure that we're not going straight from this busy day straight to the bed where our body's going to be physiologically aroused. And then make sure that our environment is cool. One of the biggest ones I hear from people is that it's hot in their room, hot in their house. Well, cool it down. And right now, I don't sleep up here, so it's not a big factor, but get it cool. Get it a cooler temperature, not cold, but cool, so your body can use its natural mechanisms to decrease your core body temperature. If you made it this far, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much, love you, and hopefully we can make your tomorrow better than today.